Alright, I'm Mike East, the owner of Smart Level, the only true 3D mapping construction altimeter on the market today. What we have here, of course, is a typical construction altimeter. If you're not familiar with that, you can set your 0 point anywhere you want. I've zeroed it here on this wall, and as opposed to a laser where you have to figure the story pole and there's a lot of addition and subtraction, this gives you your readings in inches and fractions, tenths of an inch. You can put it in centimeters or whatever you want to put it in. We also not only have the reading on the level itself, but what you see on the level we see in the app. App comes with it with part of the package. Typically works on any iPhone that you've got. We use it on Android, but we're not quite as advanced on the Android function as we are in the iOS right now. We have, like I say, the Bluetooth connectivity. We zero it here, and anywhere that you want to check, we've got about 6-inch difference here on the level. As you can see, of course, on these lines, there's going to be roughly a little less than 8 inches on those. We have a monopod. You can lay it right down on the ground if you'd like, but you don't have to. We have a monopod that the level attaches to, and if you zero it on the monopod, the tip of your monopod becomes your reference point, so you don't have to bend over as much to actually use the level. We also have a range function built in. So I've zeroed it here, I've set the range. I've got the range set at a 1/2 inch. We can raise or lower that. I'm going to raise it to 1 inch. Now what this is good for, if you're putting in dense grade or you just want something to be perfectly level, you've got lights that work with this now. So if we go above that 1 inch, you'll get a blue light. If we go below it, you'll get a red light. So it works very similar to the functions that the lasers do. You just have a light, and you can set your range at 1 inch, 1/2 inch, or whatever you want to set the range at on that. Simply touch this to bring it back out of that function. It works. The huge advantage to this over lasers are it works around corners. If this were a finished building and we were doing a hardscaper doing the groundwork, anywhere you set this for your initial starting point, anywhere you can go with 100 foot of tubing, that gives you a 200-foot area to work in, around, over, behind. We could take this tubing and go up over the top of this building if we wanted to, and see if the back porch was level with the front porch. Huge advantage over a laser. Another major advantage over lasers are you taking the math out of it. Whatever you see on the screen is exactly what you got, either in inches, centimeters, fractions, or however you want that. So you don't have to figure that story pole, which takes a lot of time. There's no setup with this. As soon as you set the level down, pull the tubing out, you're up and running. You can be finished with a lot of jobs if you're spot checking things before you actually even set the laser up and get started on it. As far as recording your data, of course, we've got the app. So everything that you see in the level, you see in the app, and we can save that, and we can email it anywhere you want to go in the world, just like you would email any other data from your phone. We have a 3D mapping function built in, which is far above anything else on the market. There'll be a complete separate video on that, and we've got a lot of advanced functions that are a little bit tricky to get into here. I'll kind of touch base on those. We've got engineering scale. We can zip our data. We've got audio functions that will actually tell you the readings if you'd rather listen to it rather than have it just actually have to look at it if you're in the dark or what have you. That can be handy. Gosh, that's about it. Play that back to me and let's see what that sounds like.